Welcome to Hypetrain, guys. Sorry Dave ain't here today. We're still in lockdown, but we're going to go with... this is a macabre one from Simple History. Done a few of those. This one is, how long did a person stay alive after being guillotined? Oh yeah, I want to know. Strange things we want to know when we're in lockdown and that. Okay, shall we take a look, guys?
How long did a person's head stay alive after being guillotined? Beheading as a form of execution has been around for centuries. By 1792, during the time of the French Revolution, it had become a highly efficient and quick form of execution in the shape of the now famous guillotine. King Louis XVI himself signed the bill that made the guillotine the official method of execution. The guillotine was a tall wooden structure first used in revolutionary France for beheading someone using a heavy slanted blade that suddenly dropped down a set of vertical grooves. It would usually chop the condemned person's head off in one clean action, whereupon the severed head would unceremoniously drop into a...
Oh, wow. That's, sort of pretty macabre. Head into a basket. I mean, there's nothing more sort of final than that, is there? That seems so barbaric now, but it's very sort of put you off. It definitely put me off. If it was like steal something or do something wrong and have your head chopped off, you'd think twice, definitely, wouldn't you? Oh, let's carry on.
Basket below. Dr. Joseph Ignace Guillotine, who it was named after, claimed that the guillotine made execution as painless as possible. However, later on the device was also known as Madame la Guillotine, La Dame, the lady, La Veuve, the widow, Le Rasoir National, the national razor, and Louis VII. But was the execution by it truly painless? There is a famous story about the execution of Charlotte Corday by the guillotine in 1793 during the French Revolution. Just after she had been beheaded, a member of the crowd leapt forward and slapped poor Charlotte across the face to see if she was still conscious. It's reported that her face then blushed at the indignity of being slapped. There are even stories of how heads blinked after being guillotined. Antoine Lavoisier was a French scientist at the height of the French Revolution in 1794. He was condemned to death during the Reign of Terror and supposedly agreed to blink after his head was guillotined as one last experiment for science. His servants noted that Lavoisier blinked up to 15 seconds after the execution. Though there are many stories like this claiming that lucid decapitation or consciousness exists momentarily after beheading, and though these stories are based on real people and real events, they are most likely exaggerations or anecdotes.
No, I don't know about that.
Embellished.
Because when your head uses your body to keep it going, doesn't it? To pump the blood, to feed it with oxygen. Your brain and your eyes and your ears and everything is all connected up in your head. I mean, if your heart stops, you don't just die. You've got a few minutes, someone can sort of bring you back and things, don't you? So your brain is still going. So I really disagree with the fact that as soon as you're chopped off there, it just stops. I think even if you can't talk, because maybe a lot of your muscles things have been cut off, the eyes and that, there's still something going on there. Yeah, that's definitely not where I'd want to go.
Over time by countless retellings. However, it's often been wondered by scientists how long the head keeps on functioning after it's been guillotined from the body. One of the chief reasons for the introduction of the guillotine was that it was deemed to be very humane, but some factions in the medical community were seriously questioning this. Dr. Samuel Thomas Sommering theorized that in fact a decapitated head could continue to live and feel for up to a full 15 minutes after being guillotined, and therefore the suffering was worse than death by hanging. But Dr. Jean Célideau, a leading pioneer of modern-day medicine at the time, counter-argued that the difference between killing a person or a butcher killing an animal by severing its head resulted in the same effect: immediate death and total end of life. Others, such as Pierre-Jean-Georges Cabanis, argued that victims did not suffer once guillotined because the nape of the neck is where death can be caused instantly in people and animals. The twitches in the severed heads were, in his opinion, purely mechanical muscle movements without consciousness. There has been many well-documented cases of animals like chickens, cockroaches, frogs, snakes, and praying mantises surviving for a long period of time after they've been decapitated. For example, there are many accounts and videos of rattlesnakes that have been beheaded and still have been able to bite people with their head. Because the guillotine was used in France all the way up until 1977, there has been scientific research carried out using more advanced methodology on actual guillotined human heads. It has been widely reported that sometimes you will see some eye and mouth movements from a guillotined head, but today scientists are mostly convinced that this is just involuntary reflex actions that linger on in the aftermath. But still doubt and conflicting reports linger about this whole issue. One of the most compelling accounts of consciousness being said to still exist for a significant amount of time after being guillotined was in 1905. Henri Languille was executed by the device in Orleans, France. Dr. Gabriel Boriot observed that the decapitated head was still twitching, and when he called out the man's name, his eyes looked upwards and stared directly at the doctor. It was claimed that this lasted for between 25 to 30 seconds. Though later, in 1939, the Journal of the American Medical Association thought Boriot was exaggerating his account of what happened, as other witnesses that had been present at the execution said life only seemed to last for a maximum of 10 seconds, and that the man's reactions were less pronounced. Today, scientists agree that once the victim is guillotined, the separated head and the body dies from a combination of things: shock, blood loss, loss of blood pressure, and anoxia, which is the total depletion of the level of oxygen within the body. The separated body, as such, lives for about another 60 seconds until the heart finally stops beating. As for the decapitated head, scientists say that it can technically have enough oxygen stored for metabolism to continue for about 7 seconds. Though parts of the body may live on for a very short time after being guillotined, the catastrophic effect of being decapitated means that any consciousness would be extinguished almost instantly. So for about 2 to 3 seconds, the brain may still be functioning, but any intelligence would be in a fixed, unresponsive, comatose state, unaware of anything. But there has still not been conclusively proven evidence one way or another if consciousness really remains significantly after decapitation. Maybe in time we'll find out what really happens in those short moments before life is extinguished.
Hello, Simple History fans. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for more history videos.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't really want to find out whether you carry on thinking for any length of time. As I said, I don't know about hanging either. I think there's not much difference between hanging and having your head cut off. Neither of them are too good, are they? Yeah, can't believe it's not that real long ago. Or maybe I'm that old, but it's not that long ago since they stopped doing it. Whoa, yeah. I hope that never comes back. It does not sound like the way you want to go, does it? I know it definitely puts people off, but they had a horrible way of dealing with it. I mean, you used to have to sit and watch it. You used to all go out and watch it. It was like some sort of like big sort of stage show, and but I guess it put a lot of people off doing anything wrong. Yeah. Wow. What do you think? The way you'd want to go? Do you think that's best left where it is? Thank you for watching. Definitely an interesting video there. If you like the channel, please subscribe and click the notifications so you can see any more, and hopefully me and Dave will be back together and doing videos very soon, as soon as the lockdown is finished here. So I'll catch you on the flip side, guys.